It is not war that takes the future from people. People hand it over to dead images by themselves. They look back so long that they stop building anything in front of themselves.
I only miss it. I only go back to something that was real.
No. You are not going back to the truth. You are going back to an image that freezes you in place.
I remember who I was. I remember what I felt. I remember when I still had meaning.
This is exactly how you lose your life. Not through pain. Through the cult of your own memory.
The past gives birth to nothing.
Nostalgia looks innocent. But it works like a drug. It gives you warmth without movement. Relief without change. Emotion without courage.
I only want to feel it one more time.
And that is exactly why you stand still. A person who keeps reliving something for the second time builds nothing for the first time.
Those were my best moments.
No. Those were moments. You turned them into a shrine.
And then you started praying to it.
The media gave you images. Advertisements gave you longing for a version of yourself that never existed. School taught you to compare. Culture taught you to worship your own story. And that is how your chains were made.
I thought memories were saving me.
No. They stop you. Every old song. Every photo. Every smell. One trigger, and you are being steered again.
It is enough to press the right button, and a person walks into the cage alone.
That is how personality works. First, it tells you that you are a unique story. Then, it makes you defend that story, even when it destroys you.
I do not want to lose who I was.
And I am telling you this, what you are no longer exists. You are defending a shadow. You pay with your energy for something that is not there.
It hurts.
Because your suffering has also become part of your identity.
People would rather suffer in a familiar way than live truthfully.
And that is why the population is falling. Because a person attached to an old image cannot step into a real future. They compare a partner to a memory. They compare life to an earlier version of themselves. They compare responsibility to lost freedom. And they build nothing.
Children are not born where adults worship their own wounds more than tomorrow.
I only wanted to preserve something important.
You did not preserve it. You froze yourself. And now the dirtiest truth. You do not miss the past. You miss yourself in the version in which you still did not have to grow up.
No.
Yes. That is why nostalgia hurts so much. Because you are not grieving the world. You are grieving the loss of your own illusion.
The species will not survive through sentiment.
It will survive only when a person stops being ruled by their own filter. When old humiliations become events. When old relationships stop steering the present. When a memory stops being a command.
Then what is left?
Calm. Simplicity. Reality. A person who can no longer be led by old wounds. A person who sees instead of remembering. Who builds instead of going back. Who chooses the future instead of worshipping loss.
Children matter most. Strong. Aware. Not raised as slaves to their own memories.
You will not do this alone. Because what was put into you from childhood does not break from one revelation. Alone, you will return to the old cage.
Alone, you will lose.
That is why this is no longer about comfort. This is not about a channel. This is not about watching. This is about choosing a side. Either you will keep serving your story, or you will reject the chains and step into something bigger than you.
RAZEM is not relief. RAZEM is responsibility.
Now you see. You cannot go back to the old illusion. You know what is holding you. You know how you were steered. You know how much life you gave to dead images.
My name rules me. That is not me. We're all equal before the machine.
Divided, we lose.
RAZEM.